Why is good enough sometimes all you need? Welcome to Personal Development Coach channel. Today we're going to talk about that sneaky trap that perhaps all of us, without realizing it, get caught in. The perfectionism trap. We'll explore what perfectionism is, where it comes from, how it harms us, and most importantly, how we can break free from it and experience the liberating feeling of being good enough. The key is to recognize the limits you place on yourself and unlock your true potential. If you're ready, let's embark on a journey into the depths of the perfectionism trap. Part 1. The poisonous seeds of perfectionism. Perfectionism. Sounds nice, doesn't it? Like always being the best, achieving the most flawless. But in reality, this concept isn't so innocent. Like a poisonous seed, it works its way inside us and gnaws at us from within. So, what is this perfectionism? It's setting impossible, even cruel standards for ourselves or others, believing we don't have the luxury of making mistakes. These are the first sprouts of this poisonous seed. So where do these seeds come from? From our childhood, our upbringing, the mold society imposes on us. You mustn't make mistakes. You must be the best. You mustn't fail. These words we constantly hear are etched into our minds and turn us into slaves of perfection. For example, imagine a child who stays up all night trying to get a perfect score on every exam. They sacrifice sleep, friends, even their health. But what if they get a 99? It feels like the world is falling apart. Yet 99 is a great score, isn't it? But perfectionism doesn't allow that child to see it, trapping them in a constant spiral of anxiety and stress. Perfectionism can seep into every area of our lives. Part 2. Pain, stress, and lost opportunities. Perfectionism. It's like a whip that keeps you constantly on edge, preventing you from breathing. Imagine, you're working towards a goal, but that voice inside you never shuts up. It's not good enough. You can do better. If you make a mistake, you'll be ruined. These voices are the poisonous fruits of perfectionism. One of these fruits is procrastination. Perfectionists often struggle to start tasks because they want to be sure they'll do the job perfectly. But there's no such thing as perfection. And this pursuit traps them in a constant cycle of procrastination. Another poisonous fruit is anxiety and stress. Imagine, you want everything to be flawless. Every detail, every step, every word. How does that make a person feel? Of course, constant worry, constant tension, and this brings sleeplessness, unhappiness, and even illness. And what about motivation? Perfectionism also destroys our motivation, because it creates a constant state of dissatisfaction. No matter what we do, it's never good enough. And this wears us down over time, exhausts us. Fear of failure is another trap of perfectionism. Because a perfectionist is terribly afraid of making mistakes. Making a mistake is a source of shame for them. Yet, making mistakes is part of being human, and from every mistake we learn something new, we grow, we develop. Think of Elon Musk. In the early years of Tesla, he experienced many failures. Rockets exploded, projects fell through, but he didn't give up, he kept trying. Part 3. The freedom of being good enough, peace, success, and happiness. Now let's pull out those poisonous seeds and plant the seeds of being good enough instead. Being good enough is not a weakness, on the contrary, it's a great strength. Because it gives us the opportunity to truly enjoy life. Imagine, you're no longer ruining yourself trying to make everything perfect. You're using your time and energy more efficiently. You're making more time for yourself, spending more time with loved ones, and focusing more on your hobbies. Being good enough also fuels your creativity. Because you're no longer afraid of making mistakes, you can take risks. You're not afraid to try new ideas, pushing the boundaries of your imagination. And this makes you more productive, more successful. And what about happiness? This is the most beautiful gift of being good enough. Instead of a constant state of dissatisfaction, you appreciate what you have. You learn to enjoy even the small things. Because you know that there's no such thing as perfection and life is beautiful with its imperfections. Think of Google, all those amazing services we use today. Gmail, Google Maps, Google Docs. Were these services perfect when they first came out? No, of course not. A practical guide to being good enough. So, how do we escape this perfectionism trap? How do we learn to be good enough? Here's a 4-step practical guide for you. First step, recognize and silence that voice. When you hear that critical voice inside you, tell it to stop. Yes, this work could have been better, but it's good enough, and I am good enough. Say that. Show yourself compassion, forgive yourself. Second step, set realistic goals. Don't set impossible goals for yourself. Start with small, achievable goals and progress step by step. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day. Third step, get feedback and learn. Be open to others' opinions. Don't take criticism personally. Instead, see it as an opportunity to improve yourself. Remember, the best way to learn is from our mistakes. Fourth step, celebrate small victories. Congratulate yourself at every step. Part 5. Inspiration, those who believe in the power of good enough. Throughout history, there are many people who believed in the power of being good enough and achieved great success because of it. Their stories can inspire and encourage us. Think of Steve Jobs and Apple. When the first iPhone came out, it had many shortcomings. But Steve Jobs said it was good enough and launched the phone, improving it over time. If Apple is one of the most valuable companies in the world today, it's thanks to this good enough philosophy. Or consider Thomas Edison. He made thousands of failed attempts before inventing the light bulb, but he didn't give up. He kept trying, because he knew that success isn't possible without making mistakes. And so, we've emerged from the depths of the perfectionism trap and stepped into the liberating world of being good enough. Remember, life isn't a test, and we don't have to be perfect. The important thing is to show ourselves compassion, learn from our mistakes, and enjoy every moment. I hope this video has given you a new perspective and helped you realize the power of being good enough. Now it's time to embrace that power and live your life to the fullest. Please don't forget to like our video, recommend it to your loved ones, and subscribe to our channel. See you in our next video. Goodbye.